Help us out. What are the first 3 steps our listeners can implement into their relationship right now to try and put the relationship onto a healthier track?
Schedule time together. If you're not already spending a lot of time together or enough time together for whatever that is for you guys, if you feel disconnected, then I would say one, make sure you're intentional about getting that time together.
And
That's
it can
number
be
one.
any time of day, right? Like we think of date night as it has to be in the evening. We have to go for dinner. It doesn't have, there's no rules. It doesn't have to be anything. It can be at 5 a.m. if that's what works for you guys. Get up and have a cup of coffee together without your phones and just connect with each other. Right? There's no rules around what that time needs to look like, except that you need to be engaged with each other. And that's why I find walks work really well, because usually one of you or both of you aren't on your phone while you're walking and completely distracted. You're a little bit more present in the moment when you're outside and kind of putting one foot in front of the other. So I agree. The scheduling of time and being really intentional with what that time looks like.
That's step one.
Step 2, I would say, is a check-in conversation at the end of each day or at the beginning. We usually do it at the end of the day. That's why I say end of the day, but it can be in the morning. And the check-in conversation kind of builds on what he was saying earlier. It's a really specific question. When you ask your spouse, how was your day? Or like, what do you have on the go today? You're going to get a pretty generic answer, because it doesn't feel like a question that's coming from a place of I actually want to know. It feels like it's coming from a place of habit. Whereas if you ask something like, what was the best part of your day today? Or what are you most looking forward to in your day today? Or what was the biggest lesson you learned? Or what was the biggest frustration you had in your day? Something really specific makes the other person feel like you actually want to know, because you do actually want to know. That's why you ask. But the specificity of the question, one, makes the other person feel like you actually care about the answer. And 2, it prompts a more thoughtful answer from the other person, because it's kind of outside of the usual one-word answers. So they have to think about it for a second, and then they give you a more thoughtful answer, which then tends to prompt a conversation that goes a little bit below surface level. And you got to get the conversations that go below surface level to keep the connection, because conversations that are, how was your day? Fine. How was yours? Fine. And then you're done. Those are not the conversations that keep your connection strong.
And then the third one, I think, is dream together and understand what you guys both want, and make a plan to integrate those dreams together, because then that forms your North Star that you can now, it basically helps with all the decisions that you make going forward. Mm-hmm. Does this help me get closer to our dreams or further away from our dreams? If it's further away, don't do that thing. If it's closer, then let's do that thing together. So dream. This is the third step. Dream together. And
we were just talking about this actually in our mastermind call this morning, because we had a coaching call with some folks that had just done this dreaming exercise, like in our coaching session the week before. And then the next week they were kind of embroiled in a disagreement and some pettiness, and they were kind of caught up in their stuff. And it becomes so much easier to say, hey, what are we focused on here? Is it all this dreaming that we did last week? Like, this is where we want to go, but we're never going to get there when we're in this space. And so it really helps pull you out when you don't have those dreams articulated that you can point to and that you've agreed on. Then whatever you're dealing with in the moment, whatever that sort of disagreement is, because we all disagree, it's a healthy part of a relationship, but being able to pull yourself out and disagree productively and get through it is much easier to do when you know where you're going. It keeps in perspective that this is the big prize. This is a blip on the radar. This isn't the whole thing. This is one tiny little piece of our journey to get here. So that having the dreams articulated really keeps the daily frustration, pettiness things in perspective of where you're actually trying to go. It's really critical.